two former division rivals in the old AFC West. The Seahawks and Chargers are underway. This is taken at the 3. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up. It's the 40-yard line.
At their own 41-yard line.
Set, get ready. Mike 54.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On third down, Taylor. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Fourth down, and on is Ty Long to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup.
On second down now, it's Carson, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
He's checking.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Single.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Chargers' 42-yard line.
On 2nd and 9. Wilson escaping the pressure. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. 25 yards that time.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now Taylor. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 17-yard line.
From the 17, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And got his man complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 44 yards.
First down.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And he is going to be wrapped up and slung to the turf. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Taylor throwing again. He's got it to Williams. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line. A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now Taylor. He completes it to Henry. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Throwing again, it's Taylor. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Taylor completes it to Benjamin. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Badgley able to knock this one through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check three.
Here's Wilson. Eluded, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. And it is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Check. Walk 54.
Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. The intended receiver there, Allen, with that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year, John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill, no surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most, that credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most. That's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations, Calais.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Lynch. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Wilson will throw again. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 10. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, 75 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
you.